millions and millions and thousands in a very short amount of time. We've built something special here with Castrol FloRacing Night in America. I am very proud of that. I know you're proud of it too. And buddy, I have goosebumps tonight. I'm just excited season 3 to be back on the air with you, Suave.
1,083 days, April 30th, 2020 at Ray Cook's, like you mentioned. A lot has happened since then. Kyle Larson wins a late model race. Jonathan Davenport wins $2 million in one season. We had the Eldora million.
Well, Larson had not won a race yet at that late model race, right? At that point yet, right?
August.
That's right.
So a lot of things has happened, just over 1,000 days ago. But yeah, these nights are so fun in the studio. We get a little rambunctious. The racing's awesome. People enjoy, I think, the whole night because it goes very quick usually.
Yep.
Barn, we have like street stocks or 4 cylinders, a lot of yellows. But hey, it's a great time. I always look forward to. This is season 3. I think The Office season 3 is known for the best season of all time for that show. So maybe we can have the best season yet here at Castrol Flo.
Are you Pam and I'm Jim, or you're Dwight and I'm Jim? Is that what this is?
I'll be everyone. I'm Michael.
You're Michael. Opening night, Derek, is always special, but it's even more special when it's part of a 2-night opening race set that we've got, and it's extra special when one of those 2 opening nights is Eldora Speedway. Of course, we've got Brownstown tomorrow, but Eldora and Brownstown, 2 of the more iconic names in all of late model racing. And Derek, for pure late model fans, folks who obsess over dirt late model racing like you and I do, I'd imagine much of the audience tonight is the same way. These 2 places, Eldora and Brownstown, have played host. You see it here, the Bill Fry Bloomquist episode of The Dream back in '97. Some of the most important moments in the history of our sport. Of course, starting tonight at Eldora, for our 2 race opening set, this place really is, to me, the capital of dirt late model racing, for lack of a better term. I think it's very fitting, Derek, that we start right here at the Big E, just like we did last year, because all the conversations begin and end at Eldora, Derek. Our sport is so shaped by this half mile in Western Ohio.
There's been great moments in the past, but pretty much every monumental moment in the history of late model racing, good or bad, has happened at the Big E. Bloomer, Bab Light at the Scales, 07 World 100. The list goes on. And if you look at tonight's field, the competitors are from all parts of the country, the Southeast, the PA area. You got plenty of guys from the lane of Lincoln, West, and other parts in the country. Yeah, the show is over. So the Big E, everybody wants to be there, and we have to have the debut there. And another side note, people are going to come up here and test because you don't get much seat time at Eldora, and everybody wants to see how the track conditions are, considering last year at the beginning of the year they were a little bit different the time we got to the World 100. So everybody wants to get a leg up on everybody.
I'm sure Ben and DJ are going to talk about that later. Of course, not only for the Eldora Million when they were tearing the clay off before the event, that all started at our event back there in April. Remember how rough and tumble.
Well, Larson liked it.
Yeah.
I think he waxed everybody by 20 seconds.
Sprint car guy, right? He's used to those big, imposing cushions. Eldora, of course, is in a category of its own, but Brownstown is really not far behind it as far as name recognition in late model racing goes. We'll have much more on the quarter mile in Indiana tomorrow night when we're right back here for the second part of our doubleheader at the Jackson County Fairgrounds. These, of course, the first 2 races for season 3 of us for a 13-race 2023 tour. Kane, our producer Kane Runyon, in studio again with us tonight. Let's take a look at that 2023 Castrol FloRacing Night in America schedule. Derek, it looks like this. Eldora in Brownstown.
You ever heard of them?
Yes, I have, actually, as a matter of fact. Eldora in Brownstown, the 2 openers tonight and tomorrow night. I love opening at these 2. Tomorrow's Brownstown weather, by the way. 77 and sunny. A little chilly at Eldora tonight. It's going to be amazing tomorrow for Jim Price. At Brownstown. And then, Derek, Illinois Speed Week. We'll talk about that later in the show a little bit more. Spoon River in Lincoln, followed by 2 races at Farmer and Fairbury. They're not on this schedule. Those are Lucas races. Spoon in Lincoln, Illinois Speed Week on May 10th and 11th. And, Derek, basically Iowa Speed Week, May 16th and 17th, Marshalltown, and what pound for pound might be the best racetrack in the country right now, Ricky Kai's Davenport, Derek, on May 17th.
Another decent race that they had last Thursday there. I think there was like 5 or 6 lead changes. Okay, if you're not at Brownstown tomorrow night, it's ridiculous.
77
they didn't have
sunny,
their icebreaker,
right.
So this is kind of like their first big-time event. I know they had James Essex's Northern All-Star
Which was cool.
Series.
James did awesome with that.
Very cool, but this is when all the big dogs, heavy hitters are going to be there. beautiful weather, quick night, get to Brownstown. I love that place at the Jackson County Fairgrounds.
Let's take a look at the rest of the schedule this year. Florence for the first time on May 31st at Josh King's Florence Speedway. That's right at the end of May. We'll take our summer break, come back at America's Dirt Track Fairbury on September 12th, back to Tyler County on September 27th, and some southeastern flavor in October. 411 for Mitch McCarter, Ray Cooks, Tri-County, and we wrap it up this year. Derek Sonoy is going to be very big this year on November 10th and 11th. It's the only big event in the country that weekend now. I expect a monster finale for us at Bubba Pollard's Sonoy Raceway, November 10th and 11th.
Yeah, can we maybe try to get a race at Florence? Haven't we got rained out there?
Yeah, right. 2 years ago. Yeah.
2 years ago?
We didn't have it on schedule last year.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to Josh King's facility. It's always great racing there. We'll be keeping an eye on Josh Rice. And then, yeah, the Sonoya, whatever part of the country you're at. Great 2-day show. We had excellent racing there last year, and some hopefully we can have some theatrics.
And they need some better weather, right?
Yes.
Bubba's been.
We had a helicopter there last year.
I know.
Trying that place out, I love it.
The Pollards will do anything to get a race in. We are very fortunate this year to have some amazing drivers committed to the entire series. I mean, it's the who's who of late model racing is going to be running our tour this year. And as a way to say thanks to those guys, those drivers, those race teams, we want to help them sell apparel every night. We started this with Bloomquist at the World 100 several years ago, and we're going to do it, see if we can sell these guys several $100s worth of apparel each night. First up, B. Shep, Brandon Shepard back in the family team this year, Suave, in that B5. Take your phone out, scan that QR code, and get some Brandon Shepard apparel. If you're at home right now or you're driving anywhere, well, if you're driving, you're probably on your phone. Have the wife scan the QR code or the person riding in the car with you. So. Get some of that Sheppy apparel. We want to help these guys all year long. Derek, apparel, very important for these guys to get up and down the road.
Yeah, especially with technology. You can make these QR codes. You can buy online. I know like JD, they knock out of the park every single year on the the online sales. And come on, Sheppy, let's get some good luck after that heartbreak at Davenport while leading at the flat tire.
Yeah, he should have won that. We'll talk about that later. First commercial break is on tap tonight in our new 40-minute extended pre-race show. When we return, our guys Ben Shelton and Dustin Jarrett join us to give us their view from the best announcing seat in the country at Eldora. And our Dirt Draft gambling segment is back. Derek and I go head-to-head again to determine who knows this stuff better. I think you all know the answer to that. It's me. Castrol FloRacing Night in America is back for season number 3, and we'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Hero, rock star, dad, whatever they call you. Get your garage swagger on, Doug, and protect your engine with Castrol GTX Magnatech. Castrol GTX Magnatech in, garage swagger on.
Located in Parkersburg, West Virginia, Dave Poske's Performance Parts is the premier parts store in the Ohio River Valley, housing all of the world's top name brands in motorsports. Dave Poske's Performance Parts is also home to Octane Race Products and Hoosier Tire Ohio Valley. And rest assured, we have what you need to get you on the track and into victory lane. Ordering is fast, easy, and simple, and can ship directly to your doorstep. Visit Dave Poske's Performance Parts online at Posky.com or give us a call at 1-800-430-RACE. Dave Poske's Performance Parts, serving the Ohio River Valley and racers across the country since 1978.
Gear up to win with Buzzy Racing. With over 40 years of experience in motorsports and countless victories, Buzzy Racing provides teams with superior drivetrain sales and service. Whether you need assistance with transmissions, gears, axles, brakes, steering, drive shafts, or differentials, we have you covered. Family owned and operated, Buzzy Racing is dedicated to our customers on track success. What are you waiting for? Visit us at buzzyracing.com to learn more.
The fastest growing name in the motorsports industry is the Racers brand of safety gear and apparel. Winners wear K1.
Bloomquist on the pole, Pierce on the outside. The 50th World 100 is underway.
The four-time winner dives on the bottom. The Hot Rod Septic Team Zero. Bloomquist down the back straightaway. Pierce on the outside. They go side by side into turn 3. Who'll lead the first lap of the 50th World 100, Dustin?
Off corner number 4, a dead heat at the stripe. Literally a dead heat according to timing and scoring between Scott Bloomquist and Bobby Pierce. Brandon Overton is your leader.
Ekenes has gone from 25th to 10th as well. Give him a shout. Here we go. First time Davenport restarts on the Davenport to the bottom. And Jonathan Davenport's going to take the lead on Overton down the back straightaway. Oh, my goodness. Car 49 won the 49th. Car 49 is 1 lap away from winning the 50th as he heads into 1. Mikey Marler second. Overton, McCready, Ferguson, they head down the back straightaway. And Jonathan Davenport looks like he's going to get another World 100 win for WL Motorsports, Lance Landers Racing.
Off corner number 4, it is Jonathan Davenport, your winner of the 50th World 100.
This new music Kane rolled out for us tonight, Suave. I like it. It's like Calvin Harris, like we're in a club.
Swaggy. Hey.
Let's go.
Hey.
Welcome back to Castrol FloRacing Night in America. Night 1 of season number 3 on the air. And you know when you tune in to one of our events, it'll be efficient and with purpose, and that's no different tonight. Let's take a look at what is on tap order of events for this evening at Eldora. We're going to give you these car counts, and it's going
Don't break the news to
blow
him,
you
Michael.
away in a second. Let's take a look. Order of events for tonight. Late model hot laps. Late model qualifying. Mod hot laps, of which, Derek, there are 51 dirt modifieds, UMP
where
dirt
are they
modifieds, all from Ohio. On tap, stock car
Inflation's
hot
coming
laps,
down.
opening ceremonies, and our super late model heat races tonight. 54 dirt late models, by the
There we
way.
go.
Modified heats, stock heats, late model Bs, modified B, super late model feature is, of course, first, followed by a modified feature, which, by the way, for the first time in his career, Derek, Kyle Larson tonight in a open
we
wheel
go.
modified. I used to wax your ass in a modified too tonight. So
Hey, that's okay because Nick Hoffman's on it anymore, so he's just cherry picking now. So are we gonna have a C main for the modifieds? That's
we
the
might.
question.
We might.
Goodness.
Larson in a modified tonight. Kane, let's round it off with a stock car feature, the post-race show, where Devin Moran will join us again, as he does every night. Preview tomorrow's Brownstown race. We got a high-limit sprint car race again next week at 34 I want to talk about. Lucas Oil, we're going to talk about their massive points fund this year, and an Illinois Speed Week preview in about 3 weeks as well, Derek. Okay, 54 late models on the property. Kane, let's get into this. We can go through this relatively quick because I want to get to Ben and DJ, but this is like
They're all good.
This is ridiculous. Alberson, Babb, JD,
Fresh off a big
Tanner,
win,
Turbo, Hoffman, some guy named Larson, Mike Marlar. That's just page 1. Kane just keep throwing them up there for us. T-Mac, Devin,
The GOAT.
Moyer, Huddy, Overton, EPJ Shepard, and I'm with Kane here. Just put many, many more because there's too many good ones. That field is ridiculous, Derek. 54 cars
Just
on a
imagine
Tuesday
all
night.
the Eldora locals that come and race there, weekly. K-Rob and a few others. It's gonna be a dandy of a show, and hopefully we get the sliders like we did in the 07 World.
I
go.
can't. Oh, yeah, I can't. I'm still stunned at
06
this.
World.
Listen, this is an amazing field. We had good. What I'm trying to say is we had a great field last year. This is above and beyond. 54 late models. I am so proud and happy, and so much of the credit for this field goes to the guys that are about to join us now. I feel very fortunate that 2 of my great friends in life not only happen to be Ben Shelton and Dustin Jarrett, but Ben and DJ also happen to be 2 of the best, if not the 2 best announcers in the country, right there with James Essex, of course. And I am damn proud to have them calling Castrol FloRacing Night in America again once in 2023. So for the first time this season, it's Ben Shelton and Dustin live on Flo Night in America. Guys, take it away from Eldora.
Michael and Derek, Dustin Jarrett, and Ben Shelton here on the grounds. And as they said, Ben, just an absolutely unbelievable field of cars. And I think I can candidly say better than we even expected, right? We do this pre-race drivers list, and you have obviously a huge hand in trying to put that together. We thought we were maybe going to be in the mid to upper 40s, 54 late models, and I think the astonishing number is over 50 UMP dirt car modifieds on the ground. And it's a damn good modified field here tonight, plus 20 stock cars, man. I am so excited to get the 2023 Castrol FloRacing Night in America season kicked off.
Well, as you said, 54 tonight, 49 dirt late models a year ago tonight. We kick it off with 54. And what's interesting, we got some guys that aren't in the pits that we thought would be here. Guys like Dennis Erb Jr. Heather Lyon texted me this morning. I was on a plane. She sent me a text. making sure we were still racing. No Jeep Van Wormer, a little surprising.
Our second favorite Gustin, Ryan Gustin, not in the house. That we could easily be close to 60.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But, man, we got so much talent. And you think about it, there's going to be more guys on the trailer than in the feature. I was talking to Kent Robinson down there, and he goes, pretty cool to see that we're having the World 100 in April this year, apparently. So, yeah, it ramps up. It's been chilly here, DJ. It snowed here yesterday. It snowed here this morning. I will say this, it's about 7 or 8 degrees warmer than what we had here last year for this event. The sun's been out, and the wind, thank goodness, it's been blowing, but it's been out of the west. So, yeah, amazing turnout of cars, and I'm just going to be honest with you. Jonathan Bateman, Eldora's own, he dropped the ball. He told us earlier that there were 23 mods. I get down there's 51, and there's more guys signing in.
There were 23 mods at 2:30 this afternoon.
Plus 28 more.
Yes.
But the stock car is great field. It's going to be a bang-bang show tonight. Again, it's been windy. They did say they practiced here on Saturday. They had about 30 cars practice between several different divisions. They were supposed to get an inch of rain here on Sunday. They sealed the racetrack up. Yeah, they got about 1/10 of an inch of rain on Sunday. So the racetrack is going to be solid. That's something we didn't have last year, DJ. I got here last year. There was a sheep's foot that was buried in turn 2, and they were digging it out with shovels. 2 things I've never seen, a sheep's foot buried, and 2, they were digging it out with shovels. This racetrack's solid tonight, and it's going to be entertaining, man. Different tire rule as well.
I talked to 3 different drivers from all 3 classes that we have here tonight in the pit area that were at practice here on Saturday. They all 3 said the same thing. They said, number one, the track was really good here Saturday. Take that for what it's worth. We've had a lot of weather come in and out since then. But the other thing they said, too, was that it was almost an equalizer, right? That a guy with maybe a smaller motor, older tires, underfunded, whatever you want to call it, they could come in and turn lap times equivalent to some of the higher budget drivers that were here as well. So that could be something that we keep our eyes on here this evening. But, man, 54 late models, you don't know how it's going to play out. I know this, to your point, there's going to be a lot of really good drivers who are going to be watching this feature from the trailer this evening, but better than I think that we could ever expect for our 2023 season opener.
And absolutely, on everything you said, before we go back to the studio, a few things I want to mention. Drake Troutman had never seen this racetrack before today.
How's that possible?
He makes his debut here tonight. He did tell me, he goes, this field's tough, but I don't think it's just really over-the-top challenging. We're going to follow up on that later in the night, Drake Troutman.
Okay, all right.
Mike Hildebrand, the Loveland, Ohio driver, former Muller track champion, here for the first time. Kyle Beard, never seen this racetrack before. He's never seen Brownstown before. He's in the house tonight. We got a lot of first-timers here, and also we talk about the guys that support racing, that do so much. Greg Bellier, Excess Storage. You see him on Max Blair's car, Boom Briggs. He is living a bucket list item here tonight. He's got a Boom Briggs car. The Canadian driver will make his debut here. So, DJ, so many storylines. And, man, I know that Michael and Derek, man, they're chomping at the bit back in the studio.
There's a lot of storylines here, and we'll talk about some of them here. We'll talk about some of them here as the night goes on. But, Michael, Derek, we'll send it to you guys back at the studio, man. The sun is out. It feels great here. The drivers' meeting is happening right now. And, guys, we're looking forward to just a spectacular night of racing here at the Big E.
Boys, thank you so much, Derek. I think the line that I love there from DJ was from K-Rob. It's the World 100 in April, right, is the line. That's the line I love there. And they touched on this. Last April, this thing was a Baja. It looked steady, smooth, and solid. They had a practice session there on Sunday. The track held up really well. I'm with you. We got a 50-lapper tonight. Just a couple sliders. Is that all? Is that too much to ask for this feature?
It'd be great. We wouldn't complain about it. The track looks a lot better. Great shape. Man, when it's sunny at Eldora like that, it's just so beautiful.
I love
it. It's majestic.
Another driver who's all in with Flow Night in America for 2023 is the new driver. We had the old driver of the Rocket House car. How about that new one? Let's try to sell him some apparel as well. It's Hudson O'Neal. He's already kind of off to a good start there towards the end of Speed Weeks and early season. Scan your QR code now to get Hudson O'Neal merchandise. T-shirts, hats, hoodies. Derek, you have any hoodie merchandise?
I have Rocket One merchandise.
That counts, I guess, technically, right? Yeah. In theory, you could just put that on and be fine. But we really want to support Mark Richards, who's been a long time supporter of me with this Hudson O'Neal merchandise. Scan that QR code now or head to the website there to get your Huddy apparel. Going to step away for our second break. Dirt Draft gambling segment after this. We pick winners for tonight, of which I'm typically more correct than Derek about overs and unders and so much more. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Castrol FloRacing Night in America.
In the market for custom race shirts? Struggling with who to call? Look no further. Impact Race Gear's team of top-notch artists at Next Level Printing make it easy to see that Impact Race Gear has the right combination for simply awesome race shirts. We provide shirts and merchandise for the entire motorsports industry, from late models to sprint cars to modifieds, dirt or asphalt. Just take a look at the top drivers and teams that trust Impact. And it doesn't take long to understand why Impact Race Gear is the easy choice. Be sure that your fans, sponsors, and supporters get the products they deserve. When you need the best, it's gotta be Impact Race Gear. Give us a call, 877-743-8337, or visit ImpactRaceGear.com to get started on your simply awesome race shirts.
I'll just put it this way, we'll be back. With the hard work of Mark Richards and all the people at Rocket, we'll be back.
Your opening night winner at East Bay Raceway Park is going to be Tyler Erb. Ashton Winger gets it done on a Tuesday night at East Bay.
But it's going to be the Reaper out of Marshalltown, Iowa. His first career win in the Lucas Oil Late 100 Series.
And it's going to be Hudson O'Neal getting his first win. Back-to-back winner at East Bay Raceway Park. Hudson O'Neal wins it. $20,000 later, Alligator. Hudson O'Neal wins it in one.
Looking for a competitive edge at the track? Trust Sweet Manufacturing for top-of-the-line steering components. Let us turn your wheels and choose Sweet Manufacturing for all your racing needs. Find your competitive edge at sweetmanufacturing.com.
Established in 1983, FK Rod Ends has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodends.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod Ends. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
Richards has the number 2 spot. He goes to work on Shanahan for the lead. Kid Rocket trying to get the lead, but he can't do it, so Van Wormer goes back to the inside of Richards. He'll take second. Babb, Van Wormer, Kid Rocket, Earl Pearson, and Dale McDowell. Van Wormer going for the lead on Babb. Gene Van Wormer's got the spot, but Babb battles back to the inside. So it's Van Wormer off the wall again. On a floor sideways contact. Van Wormer the leader. Van Wormer stays right with him. Van Wormer again right up by the wall. Gets a run underneath. Pearson coming out of floor. Pearson will hold him up in the line. Now Van Wormer gets the run down in one. He'll slide job Earl Pearson. He's up by the wall. He smacks the wall. He's in the wall. Pearson goes back in the lead. Babb takes second. Van Wormer back to third. The 36th annual World 100 will go to the Hurricane Earl Pearson Jr.
Arguably the greatest World 100 of all time, D-Suave, the 2006 World 100,
Jeez.
the pinnacle of dirt late model racing, in my opinion. That night, of course.
And
when that event
Michael
happened.
Norris gave you the idea for Dirt
Yeah,
on Dirt.
yeah, something like
Allegedly.
that. Norris thinks that. Welcome back to Castrol FloRacing Night in America. Hot laps in about 15 minutes. D-Suave and Michael Rigsby in studio from Bloomington, Illinois. I want to make sure we give love to our title sponsor. So many times these title sponsors get, put on a logo. We don't talk about them enough. Kane, throw that up there. You see it over my shoulder too. Castrol, Derek. Castrol makes this tour possible. There's just no other way to say it. Their commitment and investment in this series make this thing go, makes it work for us. And we've had a hell of a lot of fun now in the third year doing this, and Castrol's the reason it
A lot of
happens.
exposure and money that's going to the drivers, to
Yep.
the series. You can't thank Castrol enough. They're doing their, as much as they can to put stuff in motorsports, and we're happy to have them part of this great show and the great series we have going on.
Castrol's back again for 23, and so are our great friends that we have made at Dirt Draft, which, of course, is the premier fantasy sports racing app on the planet. Let's give a refresher, Derek, if we can, of Dirt Draft and how it works with our relationship for our gambling segment, which we will do now. The big one, new subscribers, new shirts this year, too.
It looks swaggy.
New subscribers will receive a free t-shirt. All they need to do tonight is enter the promo code FloRacing. Go to Dirt Draft, enter FloRacing. You can compete against hundreds of other race fans. You pick 5 drivers, stay under that $100,000 salary cap. You earn points to use in the speed shop. You can buy merchandise and subscriptions with it. The contest lock just before the first heat race each night, 500 contests a year. You can even create your own private contest, Derek, for just you and your friends to play against. Our friends at Dirt Draft back again for our gambling segment this year. Free t-shirt if you use the promo code FloRacing and sign up tonight. Derek and I each year do each year and each night 5 bets a night. This year we'll introduce a 6th bonus bet, $50 each bet. Kane, how have we fared the first 2 seasons? This is cumulative.
Okay.
There's no okay. This is what it looks like over the first 2 seasons. After 2 years, I am up $250 on Derek Kessinger after 2 years.
All right. So
what?
My aunt passed away 2 years ago.
Oh,
DJ.
okay. You
did
went,
my picks and
all due respect to the aunt, you're going right to the dead aunt card on your gambling struggles.
I'm just saying it wasn't there. DJ did my bets and loses all 5 bets. So that means technically we're even when it's head-to-head, me and you.
Okay.
So we'll take it.
When someone passes away in my family, Kane, I'm going to retroactively take credit for all the losses I have.
I'm just saying.
Fast qualifier, superstar, non-superstar, yellow flag, over under, your winner. In our bonus bet this year, we're going to take the average of fast qualifier, star, and non-star, and whoever has the lowest average of those tonight will win the 6th bet for $50. So it's $300 a night that we are betting. Here we go. First up, fast qualifier. Oh, a battle of titans. Actually, that's Kane. We were scrambling today. Derek actually has Kyle Larson. I have
That's
JD.
a lock for me.
You have Kyle Larson because you can't use guys twice. So when you see Tim McCready appear in the next one for me, superstar bet, I have Tim McCready. Derek has Brandon Overton. So JD and Larson in qualifying, McCready and Overton in superstar. Non-superstar, my favorite bet. I've got Mason Ziegler. You've got K-Rob, Kent Robinson. You feel good about that, Suave?
I'm feeling phenomenal about that.
Yellow flags, you're going to win this one because there's now going to be 6 heats with 54 drivers. You are over 6.5 yellows from late model heat racing on tonight. I am under 6.5. Feature also 50 laps.
3 Bs. How do we do that?
No, 2 Bs. Still 2 Bs.
All right.
Still 2 Bs. And your winner tonight, Bobby Pierce for me, and Hudson, the driver of the Rocket House car for you, Derek Kessinger.
I mean, that blue one looks beautiful. Huddy can get her done in a half a World 100.
Yeah, that is true. No, it's like a what was that race we had? The Stream and the Intercontinental.
Yes.
This is what those fields
Yes,
feel
I'm
like.
feeling
This
good
actually
about
might be better than those fields, really.
It's
So
getting close.
those are our 5 bets tonight. The 6th and bonus bet, the lowest average of superstar, non-superstar, and winner. We'll average that out at the end of the night, and whoever's the lowest will win the 6th and final bet. Derek could be down, let's see, $302. You'd be down $550 to me
Or I
by
could
the
be
time
down 50.
by the time the night's over.
Positive,
that's
negative.
not
Gotta
gonna
look both ways.
happen. I had someone suggest to me also that you should actually have to bring the cash in and show the cash to the camera every night so people know you're not trying to stiff me. There's some rumor about stiffing.
Okay, first off, Mark F. already paid my bill 2 years ago, so we're good.
Oh, this is a tax write-off for Mark Floriani is what you're telling me? We're going to step away for our final commercial break. Thanks again to our friends at Dirt Draft, Clint Dahl, and everybody there. Sign up for Dirt Draft right now. Kevin Kovac will join us on the other side of the break as we close in on Hot Laps, about 10 minutes away from the most famous dirt track in the world. We'll be back.
Hey, race fans, if you like fantasy sports, you're going to love Fantasy Dirt Track Racing on DirtDraft.com. With over 500 events each year covering all the major series, you work on earning points that can be spent in the speed shop for everything from tickets to events, streaming subscriptions, different experiences, t-shirts, hats, backpacks, you name it. There's a ton of stuff available in there. How do you earn points? Simple. Each race, you have a $100,000 salary cap, and drivers are valued based on their performance. Better drivers cost more, and drivers that are struggling, well, they cost a little bit less. You need to pick 5 drivers staying under that $100,000 salary cap, and then hope they all make the feature and they all finish up front because your team is competing against hundreds of other teams picked by players just like you. Points are awarded based on where your combined team finishes, so if you're up front, you get lots of points. If you're bringing up the rear, well, hey, at least you get a few points for your effort. The best part is, not only are you vying for a win each race, you're also competing on season-long leaderboards and mini-series, official series championships, and more, all to win actual trophies and awards. You gotta get your team locked in before the first heat race starts, and then it's game on. Visit DirtDraft.com or download the Dirt Draft app today.
Introducing the latest technology in the racing industry, Spring Rhythm. Spring Rhythm is an app that can replace a spring smasher, giving you access to the same information the fast guys are using to stay ahead. The app tells you where to set your coilover nuts to hit your install loads and tells you the dynamic loads that the car will see in travel. It also simplifies adjustments at the track, giving you the information needed to adjust loads without taking the shock off the car. Spring Rhythm has been rigorously tested to ensure accuracy. There's no excuse to not be using Spring Rhythm.
This is probably just it's about as sweet as it gets. You know, I know Earl's son came by earlier, and I got his business card in my pocket, and he said that if I won this race, Earl would like to shake my hand or at least get a photo or something, and I was pretty happy to hear that, and happy to hear Earl was still doing well, and him and his wife were here tonight. I've always enjoyed Earl. I don't think you can hang with me tonight like you did years ago. Be a little harder on you, wouldn't it?
Welcome back to Castrol FloRacing Night in America. About 7 minutes from hot laps now at the Big E. I don't know if you guys heard it at home, but Derek said, I can't imagine those stories. Bloomquist and Eldora, that was, of course, the window net night. The Bloomquist rallying from the tail. I would have lapped the field is what would have happened.
That night was like a WWE storyline. Like Vince McMahon created that.
Straight out of the Vince McMahon playbook. Before the World 100 in Dream, we always, of course, do our video cast that we have before the big Eldora races. And our chief editor and longtime friend of mine, Todd Turner, always puts a full screen together with a bunch of information on it. I said, hey, Todd, we're opening at Eldora. Do it for me again tonight. So Kane, throw that up here. Now, just some race notes that Todd put together. 13 drivers, Derek, made 2022 starting fields for the Eldora Million, the Dream, and the World. So 13 guys made all three of those, including Shannon Babb. I might not have had him. I might not have had it in that list. Last year, since the ALMS era has begun, or the opener, I should say, Eldora has hosted only 9 late model races earlier than tonight's date of April 18th. I thought that was an interesting fact. And how about this? Last year's top 10 finishers in Eldora's Castrol event, won by Kyle Larson, had averaged, so the top 10 guys averaged 8 late model victories on the season. 2 guys had 0. Of course, Tyler Courtney didn't run, I don't think, another late model race during the year. And Kyle Strickler did not win one last year either. And of course, Kyle Bronson and Devin Brand are the only previous Castrol winners without a feature victory at Eldora. And it's not the first time they've raced on April 18th. You see Jerry Rice, Derek, the father of
Rice.
Josh, Jeep Van Wormer, who we'll hear from later in the show, and Rusty Schlenk have won Sunoco American Late Model Series races at Eldora. Some cool stuff from Todd. We'll have another one tomorrow at his home track of Brownstown. A staple of Castrol FloRacing Night in America is having the world's best motorsports rider. You heard it here. I believe that. The world's best motorsports rider, Kevin Kovac. Join us, Double K, on the show as he will each and every day for the pre-race and post-race for Castrol FloRacing Night in America. It's a Tuesday night, Kevin. We're racing for over $23,000 at Eldora. I think this is about as good as it gets. We got 54 cars, Kevin. What say you?
I know. Yeah, I mean, with all these cancellations that have happened this year, it seems like we haven't had much racing since Speed Weeks, and then you come up with a big race like this at Eldora. That is really cool. Eldora is a track you've never really seen races of this kind of caliber, this kind of magnitude, other than the World 100 and the Dream. It's in the Million, obviously, but there's never been like big national touring events, other than a couple of World of Outlaws a few years ago, back more than 10 years ago. So, this one really sticks out, especially so early in the season to get everybody fired up, I guess.
Yeah, Kevin, the Eldora just has such an allure, doesn't it? You kind of hinted to that a little bit. It's just, that's the word that I can think of, just allure. Guys are drawn to this place like they are drawn to no other, and I think with 54 guys tonight, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, I think I've said it. Every time we have one of those video casts, I'll kind of mention it's like the Disney World, I think the Magic Kingdom of the dirt track racing world, because you don't see it from the from the road. All you see is the grandstand and the big lights, and so you kind of walk in there, and it's like walking into a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
You see that green grass, and you see those big high banks, and I think one great example of how much people really like going to Eldora, want to go to Eldora. As Ben mentioned, Greg Bellier from up in Canada.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he's putting on Facebook, man, I'm living a dream. Thanks, Boom. Thanks, Shane Winans. Thanks, thanks to Steve Briggs and Chubb Frank, just because he's going to get to run Eldora this tonight, and it's a cool thing for him.
Kovac, I think tonight's going to be special because I think we're going to get a gauge for the rest of the 2023 season. Obviously, a lot of rainouts. The National Touring Series haven't really raced, so guys are just racing where they can, different parts of the country. I think after tonight, we're going to kind of see some, people kind of take that next level for the rest of the season.
Yeah, this is 4 nights in a row of a lot of guys will be racing 5 nights with some of the Outlaw guys that are here tonight at Eldora tonight. Then they go right into 411 Thursday into 2 nights at Talladega Short Track. The Lucas guys will have 1 night off before they go to Tri-City and Macon. They haven't raced like this since Speed Weeks 2 months ago. It's like we always talk about we need a little bit of break time. We had it this year, and it's going to show like how all these teams fire back up and they should be all well rested now because they haven't raced too much.
Kevin, we got about 60 seconds before I need to throw it out, and Derek and I need to wrap up. Give us a couple notes before we go.
There's 2 quick ones. I'm going to do them with a little bit of a crew chief here, the angle, but Garrett Smith, he's only raced 1 time since Speed Weeks. And how about how great was this long break for him, because he needed to get a new crew chief after Speed Weeks to get going for the Lucas Oil Series. He gets one in Randall Edwards. They've only run Altec, and now they're here, which remember last year he was 4th and 5th in the 2 prelims at the World 100 and made it in. And also another guy with a crew chief. How about Jason Durham coming there, the million winner, 3-time World 100 winner with Jonathan Davenport. He comes back with Stormy Scott. So that's some two neat kind of little side lights of mechanical guys behind the drivers.
Kovac, we'll see you on the post-race show later tonight, buddy. Thank you.
All right, let's see a good one tonight.
Suave, final thoughts before we get ready to do a couple of more QR codes for the drivers and we head out to the racetrack, Suave.
Yeah, Kovac kind of hinted at it. I just think Eldora always sets the bar for the rest of the season. Obviously, we have it at the Dirt Late Model Dream, so we're going to start it 2 months prior, and I think you're going to see maybe the top 5 drivers of the year. I think they're going to make some noise here the next 2 to 3 nights here in Castrol.
Yeah, we had a couple of Castrol nights. We had a couple of Lucas Oil nights at Tri-City and Macon this weekend. The Outlaws are running in Talladega this weekend. Mitch Picarder's got a race at 411. It's a busy week starting this week, and hopefully the weather cooperates all week. I think we're about a minute away from Hot Laps real quick. Our buddy, Suave's buddy, Turbo Tyler Erb. Turbo Threads, Suave, Turbo Threads. You want to get those Turbo Threads? Scan that QR code now, and you can pick up Tyler Herb merchandise. He's starting to run better too, Suave. Had a pretty good run at Bulls Gap the other night.
I think we're going to see a big-time coming out party for the rest of the year. He kind of struggled at the beginning of Speed Weeks. Definitely struggled at Vado. So I think Turbo's finally got his mojo back, I hope.
You could tell he's starting to feel better. I think I read in the story that it was either Robert Holman or Kevin did the other night about, he goes, I feel good. I'm so excited. I feel good to finally go racing again. You want to hear and see Turbo talk like that, right?
No doubt.
Confidence is big
because he'll go anywhere in a race, and that's perfect for the promoters when he comes to your racetrack because he always puts on a show.
Do you have the JD QR code right now, or no? We do. Jonathan Davenport. Now, tell me, Derek, is he good at Eldora? Or
oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's what he's doing at Eldora since 2015.
Greatest ever? Is he the greatest ever at Eldora?
He's getting close. He has to win a couple more dreams, I think, but still 5 Globes. And there's no signs of him slowing down.
I was going to say, is there any reason to believe that he won't just keep winning these races, right? That's what I feel like. It's like, why wouldn't he have 10 Globes at the pace he's going right now?
He has $1 million, a dream, 5 Globes, that's 7 plus Intercontinental, 8.
Yeah, 8 majors. Decent. Call it 7 because the Intercontinental maybe we don't put in that category. But yeah, he's basically got 7 majors at Eldora, right? Which is absolutely nuts. So anyway, as we talk about JD, scan the QR code to pick up some Jonathan Davenport merchandise as well. Final thought I've got before we head out to Ben and DJ for Hot Laps tonight. I'm just so proud of the way that this series and everything around Castrol FloRacing Night in America has developed. Like I said, this is season number 3 of this tour. This was an idea we've had for 7 or 8 years. We put it together in 2020, really kind of the concepts of it when we came back from the pandemic, and we were able to put it together in a full-blown series the year after, and last year, and now for season number 3 where we are hitting on all cylinders, coming out of the gates with 54 dirt late models at Eldora on opening night. It could not feel better. Just on a personal note, I have to thank Ben Shelton especially for all the work he's done on this. He's kind of the general manager of our tour. He's the one that makes this thing really tick, Derek. So a huge shout out to Ben for kind of pulling all of this together. And it's hard to believe, Suave, season 3 already, and what a banger we're opening with tonight, man.
Yeah, Big E, I love that place. Great memories. Decent field. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be bonkers, and let's just hope these modifieds just go clean and green the whole night.
Yeah, I love. We have 51 modified, so you have to say, "Come on, guys, let's get it." Larson's run. We got Larson in a mod though, so that helps
Pretty
a little
cool.
bit, right?
Yes,
so
it's gonna be a great night.
It is.
Can he sweep the night? You think?
Yeah, why not? Of course. You didn't think he could do
He's
anything in a
okay.
late model. He waxed their ass the first time he showed up.
Sheppy was soft. Come on, he could have easily slid him the first lap.
That is it from the studio. Hot laps are moments away at Eldora. Cars are almost on racetrack in Rossburg, Ohio. We go now to Ben Shelton, Dustin Jarrett, and our good friend Blake Anderson, who will be in the pits all night. We will see you back in the studio throughout the course of the night. Castrol FloRacing Night in America from Eldora, live on your screen.
Speedway and Castrol FloRacing Night in America, season 54 super late models from all across North America in attendance here tonight. And DJ, we did it a year ago, different conditions. Tonight, we got a really good looking racetrack. We got 5 more cars than we had a year ago, and we got no shortage of star power in the pits.
In which class? We've got no shortage of star power in every class with 54 late models, 51 UNP dirt car modifieds, and 20, maybe 20 plus
20-ish
of the 20-ish of the Eldora stock cars on hand here this evening as we take a look at the Poske's Performance Parts Speed Shot right there. Cars now out on the racetrack, dirt late models. Rolling this racetrack in just a little bit before we get underway with our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the evening.
Well, cars on the speedway in this set. Again, talent aplenty. You see your current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader on your screen. That's Ricky Thornton Jr., now residing in Martinsville, Indiana, in the 20 RT. The Todd and Vicky Burns entering behind him, a driver third in the Lucas Oil standings, Brandon Overton. Both of these drivers showing an interest in running the full tour this year. Thornton's already committed to running the Castrol FloRacing Night in America to go after the title. Brandon Overton taking a long, hard look at running it for the first time. And rolling off into turn 1 on your screen in car number 8, Kyle Strickler. He said, I got to get out of my head, DJ. I'm great in the mod. The late model, I'm in my head. I got to get out of there. Tonight, he's going to try to find some speed here at Eldora, a place he's been good at in the past.
Yeah, of course, he had that heartbreak in the Intercontinental Classic here just a couple years ago in 2020 where he was less than a lap away from a $50,000 win to a flat right rear tire. Send him to the pit area. Other drivers on the track, Kyle Bronson in the 40B. Used to seeing him throw sparklers and snakes up around the Howland half-mile high-banked oval. Following him out, his good friend out of New Waverly, Texas, in the Best Performance Motorsports #1. That's Turbo, Tyler Erb. He'll be followed out by a driver whose last name is synonymous with Eldora Speedway, Ben out of Dresden, Ohio, in the Roger Sellers' own Double Down Motorsports, Lazy Days RVs, Big River Steel 99. That is Devin Moran.
Devin trying to get the monkey off his back. It's been a tough past month. I talked to Wiley in the pit area today. He said, I'm here. I'm getting him fired up. We're going to make tonight the night. And again, that Double Down Motorsports number 99. Car 32 rides behind him, Bobby Pierce, a smooth operator. 4 wins on the year for the driver of the Rio Grande Waste Services Vic Hill powered Longhorn. And a driver behind him that's had a little bit of an up and down start to the year. Well, it was real good when he was in Arizona. Ricky Weiss picked up 4 wins out at Central Arizona Raceway. Also a great win at Bristol Motor Speedway. 5 wins on the year for the driver of the 7. Had a tough week last week. And I hear Blake Anderson down there starting to key up in the infield. Blake, if you got your ears on, they're starting to buzz the track just a little bit. What do you see from trackside?
He's trying to find the on button on that wireless microphone.
I think he found it. No?
He's looking. No. He's looking for it.
He's looking for Corey Elias. What he's looking for right now.
He's hovering around the 2-seater in the infield. I think he's hoping that Tony or someone will take him for a ride. Down there, Tyler Erb. Well, I'd say Tyler Erb, one of the fastest drivers in Dirt Draft Hot Laps right now. We, much like you at home, are waiting for the live timing and scoring to update on our end of things.
Here we go. They're starting to get up to speed. Now we're getting everybody a lap. They were buzzing it under caution as Brandon Overton right now and Kyle Bronson top of the leaderboard 16.256. 16.256. Kyle Bronson, a couple of wins on the year for Bronson so far, both in great late model action. He'd love to knock down a super late model win tonight. Of course, Kyle Bronson, a former winner with the Tour, won back at Sonoy Raceway back in November in our final weekend.
It was that long ago. Yes.
Gosh, that's hard to believe, man.
Ricky Thornton Jr. going to the top of the leaderboard with a 15.526. Weiss second, Bronson third, Moran fourth, Overton right now fifth. Did you set your dirt draft lineup, Ben? I know how you kind of put that off until.
I was trying to get notes on 54 drivers in the pit area. Thank goodness I'm not doing the mods. Thank goodness Josh Overholzer's got that because we got a jam-packed pit area. Do you have your dirt draft lineup in, my friend?
So I did what I normally do. My strategy is I set one early in case we get so busy I don't get to set one on race night, but I think I might have to go back and adjust it here just a little bit.
And then you cheat and you change it.
Yeah. See, I got Ryan Gustin on there, and Ryan wasn't able to make it.
Come on,
I still
Reaper.
gotta figure out where he is. That's why I say Jimmy's my favorite Gustin.
Oh, man, coming personal. Well, I'll tell
right.
you what, Ricky Thornton Jr. on your screen, fastest car so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 15.526. And Ricky, 4 wins on the year, including a $20,000 payday recently with the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. Shout out to the Joiners on their new series down south. Picked up that win at All Tech Raceway about a week and a half ago. Next set of cars make their way out to the Speedway. And another driver talking about making a run at the title this year with Castrol FloRacing Night in America. I believe he's going to be also on the World of Outlaw Case Late Model Series Tour. That's Tanner English and the 96V. He rolls off into turn number 1. M&M Paint and Construction, Viper Risk Management entry. And a driver that's off to a fast start to the year rides behind him in car number 12, Doug Drown out of Worcester, Ohio, in the middle of turns, well, actually in turn 1. The Swartz Extreme Durham-powered entry, 2 wins on the year, my friend.
And that 12 is actually Jason Jameson.
That is Jason. He's in the Winley.
Yep, he's in the Winley Motorsports car. Both cars sporting a little purple on the side. Drown's trimmed in green, but that is Jason Jameson in the Winley Motorsports number 12.
Jason actually, I think, the last entry in the pit area today.
He was. Yes, he was. Other drivers on the track. Now over in turn 2, just about to go underneath the Grasshopper billboard. That is Logan Martin, former Comp Cam Series champion.
Twice,
2-time Comp Cam Series champion. Shout out to the birthday boy this past weekend, our good buddy Chris Sullivan. Logan Martin in the 36, yes.
The best piece of advice on Chris Sullivan, don't take betting advice from him.
We have found that out.
He will empty out a bank account.
He tried to empty out all of ours. There's the fastest ponytail out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. Fast Freddie Carpenter in the C4. How
about that guy in front of him?
Yeah, not a bad career. The 6-time World 100 champion, now coming off turn number 4 in the yellow and black, number 21. It's Mr. Smooth Billy Moyer out of Batesville, Arkansas.
And now 848 wins as he picked up a win in Arizona a few months ago. Also on the Speedway in this set, we've got a few 21s, and then we'll have the 21H in this set. That'll be Greg Haskell coming to us out of Chatham, Ontario, the XR1 Rocket chassis. Behind him, I believe that's going to be a perennial driver when you come to Eldora in many divisions.
It is. He's a former track champion, a couple different divisions. The Jedi, Jerry Bowersock, now going into turn number 1 in that Best Performance Motorsports, bulkmateriallift.com, number 95J.
Riding behind him out of turn 2, the 114 of Jordan Kohler out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. Another driver making his debut at the Big E today, the Longhorn by Wells Cornet Powered Ultimate Towing and Recovery 114. He set a track record at Fayetteville Speedway last weekend in North Carolina.
And did you get the guy behind him?
I did not.
Oh, my. Well,
you should get him.
He's decent. He picked up the win in his own race at Bulls Gap, Tennessee, just a week and a half ago. Out of Elk Grove, California, that is Kyle Larson.
And
of the Kevin Reeve. Oh, my. Is he top? Oh, yes, he is. 1.5478. Kyle Larson, who's pulling double duty tonight. For the first time ever, he's going to run a dirt modified. He's actually going to be behind the wheel of the Allgaier number 7 modified here this evening. It's Kyle Larson.
Could we get the man an Eldora stock car ride? We could have the Triple Crown tonight for Larson, shot at it.
Someone messaged me on Facebook and said, or on Twitter, and said they want to see Kyle Larson in an IMCA stock car at Marshalltown next month. I would like to see that, actually. The Class 2 Tough to Tame.
I'm hearing that he's going to at least run the first 4 Castrol events. We'll see if that holds true, but he's obviously going to be at Brownstown tomorrow night. We may be seeing him at Spoon River and Lincoln as well. And if we get him there, just run the whole tour, Kyle.
So Larson will now, with that modified, he will have run in 7 different classes here at Eldora. The guy on your screen right now, number 7, has never even been on the grounds at Eldora Speedway before.
And he told me, he said, it doesn't look as big and fast as I thought it'd be. We'll see how it plays out for you. That's Drake Troutman. He's having a fantastic year. 9 wins on the year between the late model and the mod. And that new Longhorn race car rolling out of turn number 4 at the flag stand.
Travis Dembler behind him out of Ionia, Michigan in the number 4. Got a chance to chat with Travis for a couple minutes before the races here this evening. Always loves coming down to the Big E. Also on the Speedway, Ben, former Mars Series champion out of Chatham, Illinois in the 3S. That is Brian Shirley in the Bob Collin Racing entry.
So much history with that Mars Tour, but I really can't wait to see what Matt Curl does with it this year with the Mars late models and modified. Shirley, former champion. Of course, Ryan Unziker. We'll be seeing him at the Illinois Speed Week coming up in a few weeks. Another Mars champion. Behind him, the 157, not a Mars champion, Mike Marlar out of Winfield, Tennessee. Former World of Outlaws champion, two-time Wild West Shootout champion in the 157.
Former Chicago Bears draft pick Tim Lance out of Brentfield.
Was it you?
Yes, it was me, actually, the kicker. I was a kicker. I was a long snapper. No, Tim Lance out of Brentfield, Illinois, there in the 48. The driver behind him in the middle of turns 1 and 2 out of Martinsville, Indiana, in the Valvoline Swaybert Calf Ranches #1. That's going to be Hudson O'Neal.
The 4G out of Camden, Ohio. Cody Evans on the Speedway. Behind him, the 58, back on the tour for the second year, both here and the Lucas Oil Series. Garrett Alberson, the Las Cruces, New Mexico native, and final car on the Speedway in this set. Car number 18 of Shannon Babb, fresh off that Slocum win at 34 Raceway last Friday at Petrov Towing, Vic Hill powered Longhorn.
Shannon had a good weekend. You mentioned he won the Slocum 50, Ben, and then he had a good run the night before that as well at Davenport, Iowa. Led a lap in that in a hotly contested MLRA late model race at Davenport. And very, very happy to say the MLRA late models the rest of the season. You can watch every single one of their races live right here on Flow.
Of course, Chad Simpson, he's won that title a few times. What a win he had there at Davenport. And the next night it was Shannon Babb. There's been a lot of great racing over the past few weeks when Mother Nature has been a fan. Right now, Mike Marlar, top of the leaderboard, 15.366.
Oh, check that.
Nope. Shannon Babb said nope.
Yes.
I don't think so, my friend.
Yeah, Shannon Babb trying to add to that hot start of the season. He's got a 1.5366. Then it is Marlar, and then Hudson O'Neal right now, fourth quick with a 1.5424.
Well, you know, after Babb won the Slocum, we got to find what else he bought for the farm because you know he added something to Charlotte's Web out there.
That's right. He's got that vicious donkey, the one that ripped a hole in Derek Kessinger's shirt there a couple years ago on the road to Eldora.
It was snarling at him, and it came at him swinging. Well, right now you see Shannon Babb on your screen, the Donna Groves Seed Longhorn Vic Hill powered number 18B, as we said, fresh off a $10,555 win in the Slocum 50 at 34 Raceway last Friday. Next set of cars make their way out to the Speedway. And first out will be car number 18D out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's Dalton Wilson in the Ratliff Racing Longhorn by Wells Clements powered entry.
He'll be followed out by the driver of the number 2S out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. That's Stormy Scott in the Mesilla Valley Transportation Eagle Moon Hemp Farm sponsored Longhorn number 2S. And Ben, you talked about the driver behind him in the Boom Briggs number 99B.
Yeah, that's Greg Bellier out of Sterling, Ontario. He owns excess storage that we see on a lot of these race cars, Creekside Auto Sales. Brad Hockaday just brought me 8,000 pieces of paper. We'll be fine, though. It's all good. But Bellier, a lifelong dream to race at Eldora. Boom Briggs has made that happen. And tonight, Bellier will be in the Boom Briggs number 99B.
He'll be followed out by the driver that picked up. Yeah, the guy that won Saturday night at Wayne County Speedway in Orrville, Ohio, from dead last. He came from 17th up to get the win. That is hammered down Doug Drown out of Worcester, Ohio, in the Joyride Transport sponsored number 12. Behind him, Ben, behind the wheel of the Ty Touareg Racing NOS Energy Drink, CW Trucking sponsored number 9 out of Mooresville, North Carolina. That's going to be Nick Hoffman.
Yeah, Nick Hoffman, another driver going after Rookie of the Year and the championship with the World of Outlaw Case Late Model Series. He'll be with us tonight and tomorrow night at Brownstown. And the driver behind him will be with us at both, making his debut at Eldora tonight. Two-time Comp Cam Super Dirt Series champion out of Truman, Arkansas. Car 86 for Kyle Beard. Already 3 wins on the year, including a Comp Cam Series win at Rocket Raceway Park in that Black Diamond race car last Saturday night.
Jason Riggs out of College Grove, Tennessee. Behind him in that True Timber Cambo.
What, Cambo?
No, Camo, not Camel. Not
Did you say Cambo?
No,
like
Camo.
Rambo?
No, I wear the True Timber Camo.
Dennis Franklin Cambo?
Oh, they haven't even served us any toilet waters yet. That is Jason Riggs. And behind him, the former Moeller Raceway Park track champ, Mike Hildebrand, in the 39.
Yeah, out of Loveland, Ohio.
Yeah, just outside Cincinnati.
And you know who he's got turning wrenches on it tonight?
Who's that?
Don't look now. Blake Naylor. Bam Bam's down there in the pit area. Blake
my.
Naylor turning wrenches on the 39 car.
How about that?
Well, Stormy Scott, he's got Jason Durham turning wrenches on that car. And of course, Durham was with Jonathan Davenport the past several years. As you see now, Jake Tim on your car, not turning wrenches, but came out here with him. Tyler Rinkin rode all the way out here with the 49 team. As you see Nick Hoffman in car 9, that is a beautiful race car, my friend.
Yes, it is. I'm always a sucker for blue and orange race cars myself, and man, oh man, that thing looks good.
And look at
that.
that's fast.
Yep, he goes to the top of the leaderboard, 15220 here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Maybe Nick Hoffman is a good pickup for your Dirt Draft fantasy team. You have up until the conclusion of late model qualifying before the first late model heat race to lock in those Dirt Draft fantasy lineups. I think they're still giving T-shirts away, and if not, you know what? Bill it to Ben Shelton. Yeah, no, if it's Clint Dahl, if you're not giving T-shirts away, send it to Ben Shelton, Collierville, Tennessee. No, that's accurate. Yeah, Cheryl told me I could say it.
That GM does not include, free merchandise. That's not how that works. Well, you see Nick Hoffman on your screen, fastest time so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 15.220.
It's a good lap.
Yeah, and then Shannon Babb, Mike Marlar, Hudson O'Neill, and Kyle Larson. That's your 5 fastest so far. Next set of cars come out, and I'm really digging this look for Sheppy. Out of New Berlin, Illinois, the B5 Longhorn for Brandon Shepard, the True Timber. SRR Motorsports Budweiser B5 for Brandon Shepard, still looking for that first win of the year. DJ, he's our defending Castrol FloRacing Night in America champion.
I thought he had it in the MLRA race at Davenport there on Thursday night, but a flat right rear tire sideline. The New Berlin, Illinois driver, he'll look to pick up that first win of 2023 here this evening. Behind him is the reigning Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, two-time and reigning Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion. Out of Watertown, New York, it's T-Mac Tim McCready and the Paylor Motorsport, Donald Dina Bradshaw, Mega Plumbing Longhorn number 39.
And the most creative sponsor in the pit area is going to be on the 11 of Austin Kirkpatrick out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Of course, in that self-built AK race car, Barbarino's Pizza, Racing Engines, and Asian Spa, the sponsors on that number 11K. You can't not make anything up that Austin Kirkpatrick comes up with.
When I think about going to the pizzeria and Asian Spa, I think about getting the motor done for my race car, too.
You want to go fast. The number 7 behind him, fresh off a win at Georgetown Speedway. Brett Deo promoted event last week. That's Ross Robinson, the boss. And the Stokely Materials, Clements Powered Longhorn, number 7.
I talked to Ross in the pit area before we get to the rest of the drivers. Jonathan Davenport there. I talked to Ross in the pit area, and he said, I'm so looking forward to that Lucas Oil swing out my way. I said, what are you going to do if you win? I said, you got to do something. He said, I'll probably retire. He said, if I win one of those Lucas races. We saw Jonathan Davenport on the screen, Ben, a few of the other drivers on the racetrack. Corey Lawler in the number 93. Other drivers on the track for this hot lap session. The 63 of Terry Rushlow, B.J. Gregory, and the 56 a pair of Northwest Ohio drivers also on the track.
How about B.J. Gregory? Last weekend, he was upside down in Attica. They put that car back together, and he said, I brought a Steelhead engine here tonight. He goes, we got a Steelhead race later in the year. I just need laps here, but I'm going to be way out horsepowered. But I think the racetrack's going to get pretty slick tonight, DJ.
B.J. Gregory, if I remember right, picked up the win in the Steel Block Late Model Series race at Fremont last year, I think.
You could be making it up, and I wouldn't know it.
Well, some people wouldn't. Brandon Shepard goes to the top of the leaderboard in Dirt Draft Hot Laps with a 1.5196. Hoffman second, Davenport third, and Austin Kirkpatrick now fourth quick, Ben, with a 1.5363. Shannon Babb rounds out the top 5 with, I believe, one more set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps pulling out on the racetrack.
Yes, sir. We've seen 43 cars out there so far. Next set on the Speedway, Spencer Hughes out of Causeyville, Mississippi. The Craig and Shannon Sims Cornet Powered Longhorn for Spencer Hughes in the 11. Behind him, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Rookie of the Year contender this year out of Eatonton, Georgia, with Randall Edwards now turning their inches. That's Garrett Smith, Atlanta Paving and Concrete, Terminal Maintenance and Construction, Vic Hill Powered Rocket XR1 for Garrett Smith.
He'll be followed out by Todd Cooney, one of the World of Outlaws Case Construction Late Model Series Rookie of the Year candidates in that Carl Performance number 30. He's out of Des Moines, Iowa. You never know what you're going to see Cooney in. It might be a super late model, could be an IMCA late model, could be a dirt truck. He's got the open motor late model here this evening, and he'll be followed out by the driver of the 21 star. That is Dakota Knuckles. Didn't have him on my radar for coming up, Ben.
No, and I asked him, I said, are you coming to Brownstown tomorrow? He said, we're supposed to go home and go to work. I was like, well, you can't get in trouble until you get home. So we're going to see if we'll see Dakota at Brownstown tomorrow. Meanwhile, first time to Eldora, as far as I know, Daniel Hilsebeck out of Elam, Iowa. And the Capital Mullins powered Hilsebeck Farms car 22. You see him on your screen rolling into turn 1.
Former track champion K-Rob Kent Robinson out of Bloomington, Indiana, the JB Salvage sponsored number 7R. He'll be followed out by the driver, the number 5 in out of Batesville, Indiana. That's going to be Dustin Nobby. 4-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion Earl Pearson Jr. in the Papich Racing number 46. Clint Keenan out of Pataskala, Ohio in the number 29. And Rob Anderzak out of Metamora, Ohio in the number 8, rounding out the last group of drivers on the track for the final wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Brandon Shepard, the quickest of the 54 entries here this evening thus far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps with a 1.5.196. Again, if you've not yet done so, go to dirtdraft.com. If you're a new subscriber, use the promo code FloRacing. It's all one word, FLORACING. Get a free t-shirt of your choice. If you're already a Dirt Draft member, get in there now and lock in those lineups before this evening's first Castrol FloRacing Night in America late model heat race.
Well, Dirt Draft Hot Laps are going to be in the books, and Brandon Shepard heard us talking about him not having a win yet this year because he is fastest of 15.196. And other than a free t-shirt, if you sign up for Dirt Draft, what do you get if you're the fastest driver in Dirt Draft Hot Laps?
A pat on the back.
You get a pat on the back, and you turn around and you get ready for Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying that is now starting to line up down in the pit area. We can see Group A starting to line up. Blake Anderson, do you have your ears on, my friend? Let's see if we can get Blakey.
He's probably in the concession line trying to buy cotton candy.
They don't sell it here.
No concession stand line, guys.
I thought that was the voice of God for a second.
Yeah, coming down from the infield, stepped upstairs.
Yeah, you were coming out of the media center. We know what you were doing.
Actually, I thought he was coming out of the media center because he couldn't find our ready meeting earlier.
I was still waiting for it. Ben said the ready meeting in the infield media center, and he tricked me.
Well, Blake, I tell you what we did. We did you wrong on that. But, man, you've walked around this pit area today. How about the turnout in all three divisions tonight?
Incredible. Over 120 cars here tonight. I did not have that on my bingo card list. Have to be very happy. But we talked to several late model guys early on before the draw, and what a huge season. You guys know, an absolutely huge season here at Eldora for the super late models this year. All kind of leading up to that big date in October to put the end cap on the Lucas Oil late model season.
Yeah, a whole lot of money on the line. DJ, we'll be talking more about that. But again, the Dirt Track World Championship moves to Eldora Speedway for 2023. And, of course, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series finale. And the first time that series will come here to the famed high banks of the Big E.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. And you and I are very blessed to be a part of a lot of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series broadcast this season. Of course, we've got another 12 or so races that we'll be part of as part of the Tape for TV MAV races, the races that will air a later date on MAV TV. And then you and I got to pinch hit and do a little pit reporting for Lucas at it's a few select events throughout the course of the year also.
And it's always a blast.
We're no Blake Anderson, but I mean.
Oh, no, he does it all. He does it all. Blake, we're glad to have you. You're going to be with us at all 13 events this year, my friend. You're going to be going to some new facilities. Are you pumped up about that?
Yeah, several new tracks. I'm hoping. I don't know if it's good or bad that I'm with you guys because I am 0 for 4 at Sonoy.
You know what? You're not invited because we have already battled weather the past 2 years. It was all we could do to get those shows in. They literally had to find every tarp in the state of Georgia to get that show in last year. So you know what, Blake?
And they did.
You're not second week in November. Thanks, but no thanks. Stay at home, buddy.
I'll stay. Yeah. Last year, I was sort of involved last year. I was in studio last year. So
you were. Well, Blake, we're very excited to have you here, and I know you were excited to get the Tezos All-Star Sprint Car season underway last week. A lot of excitement on that. But, man, what I love about you, you love racing. And just give me a few things. You walked around the pit area and made some notes, some things you're going to be watching tonight.
I think first things first, I'm excited to see, obviously, what Kyle Larson can do tonight. Winner of this event a year ago. Can he be the first person to ever win at 7 divisions here at Eldora? His first time in a modified said, we did an interview with him early in the afternoon, says he about 6 laps of practice in Ethan Dotson's modified at Charlotte Motor Speedway last fall, so that'll be something to keep an eye on.
All right, well, we are underway with Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying. First qualifier will be Bobby Pierce out of Oakwood, Illinois, car number 32. The Rio Grande Waste Services Senior Life Insurance Company, Hoker Trucking with Sea Valley Transportation for Million County Bobcats, Vic Hill Powered Longhorn. Behind him, your current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader of a 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. That's SI Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Dino 1, Westside Tractor, XL4, covering Clements Powered Longhorn. 4 wins on the year for that driver. And Tyler Erb, Best Performance Motorsports, Base Racing Fuels, First Class Septic, Sandy Weld Incorporated, Anthony's Pizza, Clements Powered Rocket XR1.
White flag going out for this first trio of drivers. It's Bobby Pierce with a 1.5226, Ricky Thornton Jr. with a 1.5339, Tyler Erb with a 1.5511. Second lap time for Bobby Pierce, not as good. Second time around for RTJ is a little better, 1.5321. He stays second. And the second lap time for Tyler Erb, a little better. He stays third, 1.5505. Best lap of the trio and the quickest lap thus far. Bobby Pierce, the time to beat is a 1.5.226. And real quick, the folks on the grounds here, Ben, will notice the video board over in turn number 2 has been taken down. That's because it's going elsewhere in a brand new HD video board. is en route to Eldora Speedway.
That's right. The board that's in turn 2 will go in your backyard starting tomorrow. No, it's going to be dismantled, and a brand new HD board will go in. It'll be ready for the May 5th event here. Up next will be Ricky Weiss out of Headingley, Manitoba, the G-Style Transport, Martell Brands, Collins Brothers Towing, Key Watton Truck Service, Vic Hill Powered Sniper Race Car, 5-time winner this year is Ricky Weiss. And car number 99, that'll be Devin Moran out of Dresden, Ohio. The Lazy Day RV, Big River Steel, Double Down Motorsports, Bill Stein, McHugh, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, CarSourceAuto.com, Cornette Powered Longhorn, 2 wins on the year for that driver. And also on the Speedway, nobody else, just those 2 in this set. Oh, there you go down the back straightaway. Robbie Hensley, slow in car number 21, the Walton, Kentucky driver.
Yeah, tough break for the Big Show. He's not going to get a qualifying lap, Ben, as the second lap time's going up. Second and best lap for Ricky Weiss is 4th quick, 1:5.519. Devin Moran's best lap was lap number 1. He is 5th quick out of 5 with a 1:5.915. No lap time for the Big Show. Robbie Hensley, the 2-time Florence Speedway track champion out of Walton, Kentucky in the 21H. Bobby Pierce, after 6 drivers have attempted the quickest lap thus far with a 1:5.226.
Up next, 3-time and defending Dirt Late Model Dream champion will be Brandon Overton in car 76, the Wells & Sons Motorsports, Garnto Southern Muscle Factory, RW Powell Construction, Big Dog Stump and Tree, Clements Powered Longhorn number 76 for 5-time winner this year, Brandon Overton. He'll be joined by Kyle Strickler, the Sinking Springs, Pennsylvania native of the Melanie Motorsports, G-Style Transport, CAT Industries, Jervis Industries, Andy's Towing, Ultra Force, Donaldson Grading, Clements Powered Longhorn, and we're staying yellow on the Speedway. You got to wonder if maybe Robbie Hensley left some debris out on the racetrack.
I just wondered if he broke a drive shaft. Of course, we didn't see what happened, but they are going to scavenge the racetrack maybe for a little bit of debris. No, maybe trying to get the fire build underneath the hood of the Winley Motorsports number 12, Jason Jamison.
Yeah, Jason Jamison, the Lawrenceburg, Indiana driver in the Winley Motorsports Rocket XR1. And now the car will get up to power, and Jason has flirted with some big-time wins here at Eldora throughout his career, and he'll be in the Winley Motorsports number 12. As you see on your screen, Brandon Overton, the Wells & Sons Motorsports number 76, another driver looking at running the Castrol FloRacing Night in America full schedule this year. Also, he's going to run the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series through the Show Me 100 and then decide if he's going to make a run at that title. Boy, what a boost to that tour he could be here in 2023.
So again, Bobby Pierce, the time to beat after 6 drivers, guys, with a 1:5.226. The first driver on the track to trip the trigger on a lap time is going to be Brandon Overton. He'll be 5th quick on lap 1 with a 1:5.568. The 8 of Kyle Strickler goes 6th quick with a 15.708, and Jason Jamison now goes 6th quick with a 1:5.570. So Overton with a little bit of trouble, down in turns 3 and 4. His second lap will not be nearly as good. He'll have to rest on lap number 1. Second lap time for Kyle Strickler, a little better, but he stays 7th, 15.623. And Jason Jamison's second lap also not as good. He'll be 6th quick. His best lap was lap 1, 1:5.570. Bobby Pierce, Ricky Thornton Jr., Tyler Erb, right now your top 3 after 9 drivers have attempted a qualifying lap in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying in Group A.
Up next out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, it's Jordan Kohler in the Longhorn by Wells Cornette Powered, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Traffic Control Safety Systems, Ultimate Environmental, Scenic Motors, and Law and Order Auto Sales car 114. First time to the Big E for Jordan Kohler. Behind him in car 96V, that'll be the Viper Risk Management, Base Racing Fuels, M&M Painting Construction, H&A Development, Capital Waste, Supreme Enterprises, Durham Powered Longhorn for Tanner English. 1 win on the year, and that came at Clarksville Speedway. Meanwhile, the 40B will ride behind him. That's Kyle Bronson, a 2-time Crate Racing USA winner this year. The Race Car Engineering, J&M Engine Transport and Refrigeration, Borchers Equipment, Clements Powered Rocket XR1 for Kyle Bronson.
Jordan Kohler goes 9th quick on lap 1. Tanner English is 5th best on his first lap, and the first lap time for Kyle Bronson's a good lap. He is 3rd quick, 1:5.440. That's the quickest of the trio. Second and final time around for Mount Airy, North Carolina's Jordan Kohler, 11th quick, 1:5.955. Lap 2 was the best. Second lap time also the best for Tanner English. He stays 5th quick, 1:5.513. And Kyle Bronson, second lap, not quite as good. He'll rest on lap number 1. He is 3rd quick with a 1:5.440. Ricky Thornton Jr. still second. Bobby Pierce right now still the time to beat after 12 drivers with a 1:5.226.
Up next out of West Plains, Missouri, car number 36 for Logan Martin, the Mr. Dent, Adams Construction, Hughes Towing LLC, Ames Services, Midwest Sheet Metal, PPG, and Bill Fry Motorsports, Cornette Powered Rocket XR1, the 2-time Comp Camp Super Dirt Series champion. 1 win on the year, and that came at Boot Hill Speedway in the Ronnie Adams Memorial. Behind him, one win on the year, and that came last week at Skyline Speedway. That's Freddie Carpenter in the C4, the Kryptonite Pro Power Racing Engine entry out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, the Burwell Motorsports Chatham and Sun Tile, the one and only Shock Saver and Capel Automotive sponsored C4. And on the Speedway as well, the 6-time World 100 winner, the only one, Billy Moyer, 848 career wins for the driver of the Tim Lance-owned Digital Copy Systems, Carl Chevrolet, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Clements Powered Longhorn for Billy Moyer Jr. Nope. Just Billy Moyer.
Billy Moyer, yes, close. He was a junior at one time.
Then they took it away from him.
Yeah, they took it away from him. He's 10th quick on lap 1. Freddie Carpenter, 12th fastest on his first lap. Logan Martin will be 14th quick. His best lap was lap 1, 1:5.973. Freddie Carpenter's second lap a little better. He jumped up to 10th quick, 1:5.825. And Billy Moyer's second lap a little better. He leaps over Freddie Carpenter and goes to 10th quick with a 1:5.623. Bobby Pierce, Ricky Thornton Jr., Kyle Bronson, Tyler Erb, Tanner English right now, your top 5 after 15 cars.
Up next, it'll be Chatham, Ontario's Greg Haskell, the XR1 Rocket Chassis Cornet Racing Engine, Performance Fiberglass and Marine, AccuForce Dynos, and the Alley Pub and Grill, all sponsors on that 21 car. The 6 of Kyle Larson out of Elk Grove, California, the HendrickCars.com, Bill Stein, D&E Marine, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, FloRacing Cornet Powered Longhorn for Kyle Larson in car number 6. The 95J will join them all on the Speedway. Out of Wapakoneta, Ohio, it's the Jedi Jerry Bowersock, the Best Performance Motorsports, Full and Camps, Frenchtown Trailer, Sales and Supply, North Star Drilling, Clements Powered Rocket XR1 for Bowersock.
First lap time for Greg Haskell, 15th quick, 1:6.007. First lap time for Kyle Larson, 11th quick, 1:5.668. And the first lap time on the former track champion, Jerry Bowersock, 17th best, 1:6.228. Second time around for Greg Haskell, not as good. He'll rest on lap 1 and be 16th quick. Second lap time for Kyle Larson, much better. He jumps up to 3rd quick, Ben, 1:5.367. And the second lap time for Wapakoneta, Ohio's Jerry Bowersock's a little better, 1:6.146. He is 17th quick. So it's now Kyle Larson, 3rd fastest. Ricky Thornton Jr., 2nd quick. Bobby Pierce, still the time to beat, 1:5.226 in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying, Ben, after 18 cars in Group A.
Up next, out of Heinemann, PA, making his debut here at Eldora Speedway, it's Drake Troutman, a 9-time winner this year of the RFI Resources, Wheeler Fleet Services, J. Dickens Powered Longhorn, sponsored by Stone Natural Resources, and Shoes Diesel Performance. Behind him, in the 48 car, a teammate to Billy Moyer, the Digital Copy Systems, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Floyd's Waste System, Outpace Racing Products, Pro Power Racing Engine, Longhorn Race Cards, Tim Lance in car 48, and behind him in the 4, that'll be Cody Evans out of Camden, Ohio, with Performance Transport, Base Racing Fuels, Trackside Auto Sales, Vic Hill Powered Rocket XR1 for Cody Evans.
12th quick for Drake Troutman on lap 1, 1:5.800. 19th fastest for Tim Lance, 1:6.147. And the first time around for Cody Evans in the 4G, 15th best, 1:5.946. Second lap time for Drake Troutman, a little better, but he stays 12th quick, 1:5.659. Second time around for the Brimfield, Illinois driver Tim Lance, not as good. He'll be 20th quick and rest on his first lap. And the second lap time for the 4G of Cody Evans, also not as good. He'll stay on lap number 1 and be 15th fastest. It's Bobby Pierce, Ricky Thornton Jr., Kyle Larson. Still your top 3 after 21 drivers have attempted a lap in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying in Group A.
Up next out of Martinsville, Indiana, it's Hudson O'Neill in the Rocket 1 Racing, Rocket XR1, Durham-powered Valvoline, VR1 Racing, West Slipper Calf Wrenches, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Ace Metalworks, Gunner's Honey, and 5-star race car bodies. Car number 1, a 4-time winner this year, 2nd in the latest Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series standings. He's going to be another championship contender with us this year. And car number 58, back on the tour for the 2nd year with Castrol FloRacing Night in America. It's Garrett Albertson out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. The Nutrient Ag Solutions, Fast Shafts, Dunright.tv, Sunoco, Stuckey Enterprises, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Clements Powered, Black Diamond. 1 win on the year, and that came at Boot Hill Speedway. And joining him on the Speedway, it's Brian Shirley out of Chatham, Illinois, the Rocket XR1 Durham-powered entry for the Bob Cullen Racing, Hoker Trucking, Thompson Express, J&J Ventures and Gaming for the 2-time Mars champion, former Summer Nationals champion, Brian Shirley in car 3S.
Shirley 17th quick on his first lap. Hudson O'Neill jumps to 2nd on lap 2, 1:5.238. Garrett Alberson, his second lap was best. He's 11th quick, 1:5.588. Shirley's second lap not as good. He'll be 17th quick, but Ben, the fastest driver of that trio, and now second quick overall, the new deal, Hudson O'Neill with a 1:5.238 with just a couple drivers left to qualify here in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying Group A.
And it's 3 good ones. Coming up next out of Moweek, Illinois, it'll be Shannon Babb, fresh off his first win of the year last Friday night in the Vic Hill Powered Longhorn, sponsored by Petroff Towing, Donnelly Trucking, Dynagro Seeds, CJI Piping, and Keyboard Ultra Oil for Shannon Babb, the two-time dirt track world champion in the 18B. The 4 of Travis Stimler out of Ionia, Michigan, the Anklam Racing, McAllister Cat Reynolds, Great Lakes Directional Drilling, Pro Power Racing Engine, Longhorn entry for Travis Stimler. He was a 6-time winner last year, and your final qualifier in this group will be Mikey Marler in the 157 out of Winfield, Tennessee. The Delco Equipment Sales, Bill Stein, Sea Valley Transportation, Can-Am Auto Salvage, Petrov Towing, Clements Powered Longhorn for Mike Marler with 1 win on the year.
Good first lap for Shannon Babby's 5th. Mike Marler to the top of the leaderboard, 15.223 by 3 thousandths of a second. Second lap for Babb, not as good. He'll be 6th quick. Travis Stemler, his second lap time a little better, 24th quick, 16018. And Mike Marler's second lap not as good, but it won't matter. The last driver on the track for Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying in Group A lays down the fastest time of this first 27 drivers. It's Mike Marler with a 1:5.223. Bobby Pierce second quick in Group A with a 1:5.226. Hudson O'Neal third fastest with a 1:5.238. As long as those times hold up, Ben, those 3 drivers will be your pole sitters for heat races 1, 2, and 3. Joining them on the front row will be 4th quick Ricky Thornton Jr., 5th quick Kyle Larson, and 6th quick Shannon Babb. Well, that's the first half of the field in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying. We're going to wipe the slate clean, and now we're going to qualify the second half of the field here in Group B.
Well, how about that? Just when you thought the racetrack might be dropping off a little bit, Marler said, you know what? Hang on for a second. Let me go do this.
Hold my beer.
And he did it. Well, coming up next, we'll have Group B. This will make up the cars and heat races 4, 5, and 6 here tonight in your first qualifier. Out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, set for his second year with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. It's Dalton Wilson and the Longhorn by Wells, Clements Racing Engine, Ratliff Racing, Grant Lee Farms, MGL Auto Sales, Keltner Construction, and Buddha by Burt. Car number 18, the Honeycutt Custom Cabinets entry, joined on the speedway by Doug Drown. 2 wins already on the year for the driver out of Worcester, Ohio, the Joyride Transport. Ely Road Reel Company, AccuForce Shock Service, CK Warehouse and Distribution, Durham-powered Swartz Extreme Race Car, and your third qualifier will be Stormy Scott, the Andy Durham wrenched Longhorn, Clements-powered Rancho Milagro Racing with Sea Valley Transportation, Eagle Moon Farms, and Top of the World Ranch, all sponsors on Las Cruces, New Mexico's Stormy Scott in Car 2S.
So again, the slate's been wiped clean. 1:5.223 was the quick lap by Mike Marler overall. We'll see if anyone's able to better that here in Group B. Dalton Wilson, 1:5.686. Doug Drown, 1:7.157. And Stormy Scott, 1:6.363 are the first lap time. Second lap time for Dalton Wilson, not as good. He'll rest on lap 1. Again, 15.686. Second and final time around for the Swartz car, as our good friend James Essex would say, is not as good, 1:8.180. And the second lap time for Stormy Scott, also not as good. So Dalton Wilson lays down the early time to beat in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying Group B with a 15.686.
Coming up next, it'll be Sterling, Ontario's Greg Bellier in car 99B. He'll be joined by Terry Rushlow out of Holland, Ohio in the 63, and the 9 of Nick Hoffman out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Greg Bellier, 30 years of racing for that driver. First time ever to race at Eldora Speedway, and he's in the Excess Storage, which, by the way, he owns that company. Creekside Auto Sales, C&J Dairy, Murphy's Logging, and Briggs Transport. Clements-powered Rocket XR1 for Greg Bellier. Joining him on the speedway, as we said, Terry Rushlow in car 63, the Ohio driver, and the Gressman Power Sports powered Longhorn race car sponsored by Estel's Auto Parts, DPF Alternatives, and 10 Mile Creek Excavating, along with Tire Man Auto Service Center, all sponsors in that 63. And in the number 9, World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contender this year in the Ty Torg Racing, NOS Energy Drink, C&W Trucking, Petrov Towing, Bill Stein, Hall and Haskell's Clements Powered Longhorn for Nick Hoffman, the 5-time Summit Modified Nationals champion.
First lap going up on the board for Greg Bellier. Third quick, 1:7.052. Terry Rushlow now goes third quick with a 1:6.822. Nick Hoffman goes to the top of the leaderboard in Group B with a 15.470. Second and final lap time for the Canadian Greg Bellier. A little better, 1:6.846. Terry Rushlow, second lap a little better. Fourth quick, 1:6.549. Hoffman's second lap time, not as good, but it won't matter. He's got the time to beat in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying Group B with a 1:5.470.
Coming up next out of Swanton, Ohio, the number 56, first time here, that's B.J. Gregory. He'll be joined by the 81 of Jason Riggs out of College Grove, Tennessee, and Kyle Beard, first time here out of Truman, Arkansas for the Silent Assassin in car 86. BJ Gregory, the Gregory Racing Engine, Swartz Race Car, sponsored by Aquatech Water Conditioning, Robertson EDM, Crestcom Leadership, and Turnworks Machining and Fabrication, all sponsors on that 56 car. Jason Riggs. And the Shepherd Riggs Racing True Timber Camo, Riggs Drilling Solutions, Valvoline, Clements Powered Longhorn number 81 on the Speedway, and the 86 of Kyle Beard, two-time Comp Cam Super Dirt Series champion, a three-time winner this year. The Sean Mann Motorsports, Gary Beard Trucking, Team 5 Enterprise, Rage Graphics, Clements Powered Black Diamond for Kyle Beard.
First lap time about to go up for the 56 of BJ Gregory. 6 quick, 17073. Jason Riggs, third quick, 16222. And the silent assassin, Kyle Beard, 6th fastest on lap number 1 with a 16647. Second and final lap time for the 56. The second generation driver, BJ Gregory, is 8th quick, not as good. Second lap time for Jason Riggs, also not as good. He'll stay third quick. And the second and final lap time for Truman, Arkansas's Kyle Beard, also not as good. He'll rest on lap number 1. So it's Nick Hoffman, Dalton Wilson, Jason Riggs, your top 3 qualifiers in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying Group B after 9 cars.
Up next, the defending and youngest dirt track world champion ever. That'll be Garrett Smith out of Eatonton, Georgia. The Vic Hill powered Rocket XR1, Atlanta Paving and Concrete, Terminal Maintenance Construction, the world famous Cadillac Ranch, Swift Springs and Base Fuels. All sponsors on that number 10 for Garrett Smith. Behind him, two-time and defending Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, 2 wins on the year. They both came in Volusia Speedway Park back in January. It's T-Mac Timmy McCready out of Watertown, New York. The Paylor Motorsports, Mega Plumbing and HVAC, Mega Electrical Services, Bill Stein, ArmsList.com, Racing for Heroes, Speedworks, and Integris Risk Solutions. Cornet Powered Longhorn for Tim McCready, and joining him on the Speedway, cart number 39, that'll be Mike Hildebrand out of Loveland, Ohio. The Dargy Powered Longhorn, sponsored by Priority National Tile Service, and Mike and Kevin Hildebrand, EXP Realty.
Garrett Smith, third quick on lap 1. Tim McCready, fourth quick on his first lap. Mike Hildebrand, ninth fastest after the first go-around. Second time around for the driver, the number 10, Garrett Smith. Not as good. He'll stay third quick. Randall Edwards turning the wrenches now on the Eatonton, Georgia drivers. Number 10, Tim McCready, second lap. A little better, but he stays fourth, 1.5839. And the second lap time for Mike Hildebrand, not as good. He'll stay ninth fastest after 12 cars in Group B. Nick Hoffman, Dalton Wilson, now Garrett Smith, your top 3.
Up next, the driver that was fastest in dirt draft hot laps out of New Berlin, Illinois, the Durham Ford-powered Longhorn for Brandon Shepard, 4-time World of Outlaws champion and defending Castrol FloRacing Night in America champion. And the SRR True Timber Camo, Budweiser, Dennis G. Woodworth, attorney at law, Wild Gear, Integra Shocks, Valvoline, Shepherd Auto Sales, and 34 Raceway number B5. Joining him on the Speedway be the number 93, first time here out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, the 21-year-old Corey Lawler, as you see Wiley Moran down there tweaking on his brother's number 99 for Devin Moran. Corey Lawler will be in car number 93 out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. The Dryden Engine Oils, PPC Lubricants, Kaufman's Auto Clinic, Kaufman Motorsports, Poncho's Racing Products, Pro Power Racing Engine, Rocket XR1. And the number 7, as we said, fresh off a win at Georgetown Speedway last week. That'll be the boss, Ross Robinson. The Ken Adams Racing, Stokely Materials, Iron Source, Atlantic Prime Mortgage, Sandy, the Frozen Farmer, Clements Powered Longhorn for Ross Robinson. As DJ, he prepares for his second year out on the road with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Yeah, Ross Robinson, he actually, if you remember right, he had a good run going here last year. He was inside the top 10 until he had some issues on the 7 car and pulled down into the infield, said he was looking to get back. He said there's no secret. He said, I really like those big, fast, half-mile racetracks. First lap going to go up for the B5 of Brandon Shepard. Fourth quick, 1.5748. First lap time for Corey Lawler. Seventh quick, 1.6224. And the first time on the 7 of Ross Robinson. Ninth fastest, 1.6451. Shep going to come off turn number 4 for his second and final qualifying lap. Not as good. He'll stay fourth fastest. 15.888 was lap 2. Second lap time for Corey Lawler, also not as good, 16.697. He'll stay 7th. Ross Robinson able to jump up 1 spot on lap 2. He goes 8th quick. His second lap was a 1.6347. So after 15 drivers in Group B, it's still Nick Hoffman atop the leaderboard in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying with a 1.5470.
Well, the second $1 million man last year, and he became a $2 million driver during the course of the year. Will be up next. That's Jonathan Davenport. 5 wins on the year for the driver, the 3-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion in 2021. Castrol FloRacing Night in America champion, the Nutrien Ag Solutions, Fast Shafts, Down to Grow Seed, Lucas Oil Products, ASC Warranty, Cornet Powered Longhorn for Jonathan Davenport in cart 49. Joining him on the Speedway, car number 11, the Clobber and Tank Lines, Professional Concrete Cutting Services, Link Construction, Roth Heating and Cooling, Indiana, USSSA, Fast Pitch, Cornet Powered Longhorn for Spencer Hughes. And final car in this set, the number 11 of Austin Kirkpatrick, the driver out of Charlotte, North Carolina, the Clements-powered AK race car sponsored by Victory Circle Auto, Bill Stein, and Base Fuels.
Spencer Hughes, 7th quick on lap number 1 with a 1:60.88. Austin Kirkpatrick, 11th fastest, 1:63.55. Jonathan Davenport was 2nd quick on lap number 1. Lap 2, better. Not good enough, though. 1:56.72. He stays 2nd fastest. Second lap for Spencer Hughes is better. He moves up to 7th quick, 1:59.79. And the second lap time for Austin Kirkpatrick, also better. He jumps up to 8th fastest, 1:61.19. Nick Hoffman, Jonathan Davenport, Dalton Wilson, now your top 3 in Group B after 18 cars. 1:54.70 by Nick Hoffman remains the time to beat.
Up next out of Winona, Minnesota, will be Jake Tim. 1 win on the year, and that came in USMTS modified action. The Longhorn OFI Performance powered, Herco GorillaMill.com, Oak Ridge Fabrication, and OFI Performance. Horman's HVAC, 49 for Jake Tim. The 21K will be right there behind him. Dakota Knuckles out of Ewing, Virginia. The Barrier Roost, Tim Fletcher Heating and Cooling, Hills Truck Repair, Smith's Commissary, Vic Hill Powered Rocket XR1. And final car on the speedway in this set. And car number 29, hang on, as Dakota Knuckles goes for a 4-wheel free slide down in turn number 4. And that is going to draw the Spring Rhythm caution flag. As he draws the Spring Rhythm caution flag down in turn number 4. We want to thank the fine folks at Spring Rhythm, new marketing partner for this year. Final car on the speedway in this set, Clint Keenan out of Pataskala, Ohio, and the Keenan Construction, Devote Construction, Aquatic Creation, Mullins-powered Kryptonite race car for Clint Keenan in car 29. We'll see the 5-star race car bodies instant replay, and Dakota Knuckles gets in there a little too hot. She snaps around on him. Bad news is DJ spun. Good news is no contact, so he'll get back up to speed.
And he hadn't, I don't believe he had taken the green flag yet for his qualifying lap as well, so he will still get 2 full Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying laps with, after these 3 drivers, Ben, just 6 drivers left to qualify in Group B. Again, Nick Hoffman, 1:54.70 is the time to beat. As the 29 of Clint Keenan takes the green, just behind him, Jake Tim takes the white. Tim's first lap time, 11th best, 1:06.264. Dakota Knuckles, 15th quick on lap 1 with a 1:06.587. And the first lap time for the former Steel Block standout Clint Keenan in the 29 is 21st quick, 1:07.218. Jake Tim's second lap time, not as good. He'll stay 11th quick and rest on lap number 1. Dakota Knuckles, second lap, a little better. He moves up a few spots to 14th, 1:06.380. And the second and final lap time for the driver that lives just east of Columbus, Ohio, Clint Keenan. His second lap a little better, 1:07.089. He is 20th quick. 21 drivers have attempted a lap in Group B. Ben, 6 drivers left to qualify. Nick Hoffman still the time to beat in Group B. Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying. That lap to beat is 1:05.470.
Up next will be 4-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion out of Jacksonville, Florida, the Hurricane Earl Pearson Jr. in car 46, the Papich Racing, Etchberger Trucking, Lucas Oil, Tegler Wrecker and Crane, Hoker Trucking, Clements Powered Longhorn for Earl Pearson Jr., Dustin Nobby in car number 5 out of Batesville, Indiana, the Nobby Mower Shop, Spencer's leading Land Care. Oh, no Nobby out there. Well, we saw him have trouble in hot laps, DJ, so tough break for no Nobby in this set. So we'll have the 22 of Daniel Hilsebeck out of Elam, Iowa, the Hilsebeck Farms, Big Deal Car Care, Banning Chiropractic, Capital Race Car with Mullins Power for Daniel Hilsebeck. And final car in this set will be Todd Cooney, the driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, the J. Dickens Powered Longhorn, Carl Pre-owned, May Properties, Allen Seamless Gutters, and Weir's Machine, all sponsors on the number 30 for Todd Cooney.
7th quick for Earl Pearson Jr. on lap 1. Hilsebeck going to go 17th fastest on his first lap. His fellow Iowan, Todd Cooney, 24th fastest on lap number 1. Lap number 2 for Earl Pearson Jr., not quite as good. He stays 7th fastest. His best lap was a 15.880. Second lap time for Daniel Hilsebeck, a little better. He moves up to 17th quick, 1:06.608. And the second lap time for Todd Cooney, a little better, 24th fastest, 1:07.785. After 24 cars, it's still Nick Hoffman, Jonathan Davenport, Dalton Wilson, your top 3, with just 2 play it again. After 25 drivers, with Nobby not attempting to lap, that leaves us with 2 cars left to qualify.
You're fine. I got you.
Thank you.
All right, up next will be 2007. It's good to be back, my friend. 2017 Eldora Speedway Track Champion Kent Robinson out of Bloomington, Indiana, and the Longhorn by Wells. J. Dickens Power, JB Salvage, Willie's Carbon Dyno Shop, Lucid Service Group, Freedom Fireworks, car number 7R, and joined on the speedway by Rob Anderzak out of Swanton, Ohio. Good to see Rob out here with us. I believe this will be his first ever attempt at a Castrol FloRacing Night in America event in the APC Motorsports 10 Mile Creek Gressman Powered Longhorn for Rob Anderzak.
K-Rob going to come across the line. His first lap, 9th quick, 1:6.074. Rob Anderzak's first lap time, 22nd quick, 1:6.968. Former Eldora Speedway track champion Kent Robinson going to wheel the JB Salvage number 7B across the line to his second and final lap time. It's a good one, Ben. 6th quick, 1:5.762. And the second and final lap time for Rob Anderzak, not as good. He'll stay 22nd and rest on lap number 1, 1:6.986. So that'll wrap up Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying for Group B. Unofficially, Nick Hoffman behind the wheel of the Ty Touareg Racing number 9, the fast qualifier here in Group B with a 1:5.470. Jonathan Davenport second quick, 15.672. Dalton Wilson, third quick with a 1:5.686. Unofficially, those three drivers will be on the pole for heat races 4, 5, and 6. Joining them on the front row, Garrett Smith in the 10, the B5 of Brandon Shepard, and the 7R of Kent Robinson's. The UMP Dirt Car Modifieds begin to make their way into the staging lane. Those of you watching at home on Flow Racing will step aside and thank some of our fine marketing partners. We'll be back with the first set of hot laps for Modifieds here at Eldora.